Welcome to Pocket Change Portfolio, where I track my real dividend income journey and share how even small moves can start to build a reliable income stream. The idea here is simple. I'm not a millionaire, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just someone trying to make smarter money decisions and build a little momentum. In this first episode, I made a pretty big shift. I sold my entire position in SCHD, one of the most popular dividend ETFs, and bought something completely different, ULTY, a weekly paying ETF. And just a few days after buying it, I got paid. Let me back up for a second and explain where I started. For a while now, I've held SCHD, that's the Schwab US Dividend Equity ETF. If you're not familiar with it, it's a favorite among long-term dividend investors. It holds strong, established US companies, and it pays dividends every quarter, 4 times a year. On June 30th, I received a dividend from SCHD, $69.99. Not bad. It's slow, steady, and reliable. But then I started thinking, what if I could get paid more often? What if I could turn this into something more dynamic, something that gives me income faster? That's when I discovered ULTY. But before I get into that, let me be honest about SCHD. Even though it's a fan favorite, SCHD had honestly been a bit disappointing for me. Yes, it's safe, reliable, and popular, but for the past few months, it just didn't feel exciting or rewarding. The dividend was nice, but it came every 3 months, and the price growth wasn't anything special. So I started looking around. That's when I came across ULTY, a weekly dividend ETF from YieldMax. Now, to be clear, ULTY has kind of a rocky past. When it first launched, it wasn't very impressive. The price dropped, and people weren't happy. But something changed recently. YieldMax shifted ULTY's distribution from monthly to weekly, and ever since that change, the ETF has been way more stable. The payouts are more frequent, and the price hasn't eroded like before. That shift got my attention. ULTY is different from the usual blue-chip funds. It doesn't just hold big companies and wait for dividends. It uses options strategies, specifically covered calls, to generate income. Basically, it gives up some long-term price growth in exchange for cash flow right now. It's not a set-it-and-forget-it kind of ETF. It's more active. It's higher risk. But it pays you every single week, and that's what pulled me in. So I watched it for a while. It took a hit back in March or April, like a lot of things, but it started bouncing back. At the same time, my SCHD position had grown a bit, but I still wasn't excited about it. So I thought, maybe it's time to shake things up. Maybe it's time for an experiment. On Tuesday, July 8th, I sold all my SCHD. I took the proceeds, a little over $7,400, and put it into ULTY. I wasn't totally sure if it was the right move, but I wanted to test it and see what would happen. And this morning, just a few days later, boom! I got my first weekly dividend from ULTY, $114.72. Not bad at all. That's more than I ever received in one shot from SCHD. And I didn't have to wait 3 months for it. So now here I am with $114.72 in dividends sitting in my account. And I've been thinking, what should I do with that? Here are 3 options I'm considering. Option 1, reinvest it back into ULTY. Just build up the position and see how far it can go. Option 2, use that money to test another ETF, maybe something that also pays monthly or weekly. Option 3, let it sit and stack up until I've recouped the original investment. Just watch the payouts and play it safe. I honestly don't know what I'll choose yet. So I want to ask you, what would you do? Let me know in the comments. This channel is all about learning together and seeing how these small moves play out. Here's what you can expect on this channel. I'll post weekly updates showing what I earn in dividends, any trades or changes I make, and lessons I'm learning along the way. I'll be transparent with the numbers. I'm not pretending this is perfect or that it's some magic system. This is a real portfolio, a real experiment, with real results. So if that sounds like something you'd follow, go ahead and subscribe, like the video, and jump into the comments. Let's build some momentum together. This was week 1 of Pocket Change Portfolio. Let's see what happens next.